Good morning, dear students of 12th class. Welcome to my class. This is Jhumur Paul, lecturer, Government Bangla College. Today is my first class with you. That means 12th class. I have already taken several classes with you in your 11th class, but today I am taking English second paper and I have chosen the chapter use of some special phrase or words. So, dear students, I have chosen the chapter use of some special use of some phrase and words, and it is, you find in your question paper, you find this chapter in question number 3, item number 3. So, dear students, please, now we will go for the slides. Now check out the slides. I have here added quite 10 rules of special use of these phrases and words, and at the end of my class you will have a homework to done at your home. You have to accomplish the homework at your home, and you will send me the picture of that homework. After doing it at your exercise book, you will you have to take a picture and then send it through comment box to me so that I can verify it. Okay, dear students, let's start for our today's lesson. Okay, dear students, I think now it is quite visible to you. The slide is quite visible to you. I'm trying to make it more visible to you. So now we go for directly to our lesson. Today's topic is special use of some phrases or words. Here we start with the phrase was born or is born, how it is used. Be born, always used in passive voice. It is the passive form, and this verb born is always used in passive voice. Here verb am, is, are, was, were are placed before the verb born. Okay, so these be verbs that you know as these verbs as auxiliary verbs, helping verbs, or be verbs, whatever you can can call it. These verbs, very helping verbs, am, is, are, was, were, be verbs, or auxiliary verbs are placed before verb born. So born is always used with these helping auxiliary or be verbs. Okay, as it is always used in passive sense. Structure subject plus be verb, am, is, are, was, were, anyone. Born plus adverbial or prepositional phrase. This is the structure. An example will come like this: I was born in 1981. She was born in Dhaka. Place er khetre in, according to the rules of time, place, action. 1981 is a year. You preposition in is used here. So I was born in 81. She was born in Dhaka. Dhaka is a place. The alliance means a force. That means for the purpose of doing some treaty, the alliance is one kind of group. The alliance was born of necessity in 1941. The baby was born with only one lung. The poor are born to suffer. Okay, here present tense is used. Here past tense. In present or past tense, am, is, or was, were. That means be verb will be before the born, and it always used in passive sense. Okay, dear students, let's go for our next phrase. Use of was born, is born. Another structure for this: subject plus be verb plus born. Then we can add adjective. Okay, here comes the example of this. Lazy. Lazy is an adjective. The girl was born lazy. Superior, adjective. Human beings are born superior. The boy was born blind, an adjective. So after subject, be verb and born, there comes the adjective. Okay. Then another structure: subject plus be verbs plus born plus noun. How is it used? We are all born leaders. Leaders. Noun. Subject plus be verb plus born plus infinitive phrase that begins with to. Infinitive phrase is here. The examples comes like this: Nazrul was born to right against injustice. This to right against injustice is an infinitive phrase. So the was born to right against injustice. Okay. Next, Alexander was born to conquer the world. To conquer is an to conquer the world infinitive phrase. So subject plus be verb was, then born plus infinitive phrase to conquer the world. Okay, these are the structure through which following which was born is born, that is this phrase is used. Okay, we go for our next phrase: use of have to and has to. Very familiar phrase to you. When it suggests any obligation, you are obliged to do anything, you are bound to do anything. In this sense, this have to or has to is used. When it suggests any obligation of doing something, have to or has to used in the sentences. So the structure comes like this: subject plus have to or has to plus verb in its base form, plus other words. So in example we find like this: you have to attend all the exams. You subject have to or has to, from this we collect have to, then verb base form attend, other words, all the exams. Okay, these are other words. So you have to attend all the exams. The poor students, this is the subject, has to, have to and has to, between have to and has to we collect has to. The poor students has to go, verb in base form go, to college on foot. These are other words. Okay, next, I have to start for Khulna to join my new job. I have to start for Khulna to join my new job. I have to, verb start, these are other words, extension. Okay, the juniors, subject, have to, between have to and has to is used. Respect, verb in base form. The seniors, other words. Okay, next, We have to come back here within 2 hours. We have to come. This is verb in base form. Come back here within 2 hours. These are other words. So that is done, and use of have to and has to. Another structure is followed in this phrase. When it suggests that someone needs to be something, want to be something, or someone needs to possess any quality, or they want to capture any quality, then have to or has to is used in this sentence. To understand, to having any quality, to being something, for being something, have to or has to can be used. Okay, subject plus have to be, has to be plus noun slash adjective. Noun or adjective can be used here. Example comes like this. You have to be an engineer. That means you want to be, you need to be. You have to be an engineer. Okay, have to be and has to be is used here. You have to be an engineer, noun or adjective. Engineer, a noun. Okay, then comes, he has to be confident to do any work. He, subject, have to be and has to be, third person singular number, so we collect has to be. Confident, adjective, quality. Confident to do any work. Okay, next. Students have to be attentive to their studies. Students, subject, plural subject, we take have to be. Attentive, adjective, to their studies. Okay, dear students. Kamal has to be careful of his health. Kamal, third person singular number, has to be is taken here. Careful, adjective, of his health. Next, use of another phrase, would rather. Use of would rather. When we need to choose the better option between the two, when we have two options and we have to choose the better one that will be beneficial for, what will be most beneficial for us, then we use would rather. Is used to suggest the preference that you like most between the two. Which one you like most? If you want to suggest this, then you can use would rather. Okay, there are two structures to use would rather in sentences. Two structure is used. One is here, another is in our next slide. There are two structures to use would rather in sentence. Same subject. When subject is same, verb plus verb is used in base form. Example, he would rather work at home. He would rather work at home. Same subject. If any sentence is here, extension, then this sentence will have same subject. It is called same subject. I would rather not go out tonight. I would rather not go out tonight than stay at home. Like this. I would rather, I same subject, not go out tonight. Verb in go base form. My brother would rather not move for Dhaka city today. Would rather not move. Verb in base form for Dhaka city today. Jamal would rather play than study. Jamal, one subject. Study and play both will be done by the same subject, Jamal. That is called the same subject. The work will be done, both the work will be done by the same one. Jamal would rather play than Jamal would rather Jamal study. Jamal would rather play than study. So playing and study done by the same subject Jamal. So between the two, Jamal chooses the better option for his than to, that is playing. Jamal would rather play. Subject verb in base from that study. Okay. Use of would rather. use of would rather. Structure number 2. That was the structure number 1 and this is the structure number 2. Different subject. Here not same subject, different subject plus past simple clause. Past simple clause, not verse. Past simple clause. That means the extension of another. There comes another sentence. Okay. She would rather her friend sang a song on the stage. Sang a song on the stage. This is past simple clause. She would rather her friend. Different subject. She one subject, her friend another subject. Okay. And past simple clause sang. This is past tense, sang a song on the stage. So she, different subject plus would rather plus past simple clause. Okay. Sohail would rather John finish the work very soon. Sohail and John, different subject, would rather is used here and plus past simple clause. That means the work, finished past simple, finished the work very soon, past simple clause. Next, I would rather you return the book in the evening. I would rather you return the book in the evening. I, one subject. I would rather you return the book in the evening. I would rather you, I one subject, you another subject. Return the book in the evening. That is return is past simple clause. Next, how many slides we have? So these are the structures for would rather. Okay. Next we will go for our another phrase, had better. This is very familiar phrase to you, I know. Had better is a modal. It looks like past tense. Okay. But unreal past. As it is unreal past, looks like past tense, but the meaning, that what does it mean or what does it suggest comes in. It suggests, it indicates present or future tense. But had better being a modal, it is an unreal past and the form is look like past tense, but it works as presenting and suggesting present or future tense. Okay. So had better is a modal, that means unreal past, but actually it suggests present or future tense. Had better is usually used to provide advice. That means to provide, to give advice to one or suggestion. To give suggestion or advice to someone. If we want to give suggestion or advice for doing something better, what will be better for him or her. If you want to suggest him, if you want to advise anyone, then we can use had better. That it will be better for him or her. Okay, dear students. Structure comes like this. Subject plus had better or had better not. In negative form we can use only with had better, we can use simply we can use not. Had better in affirmative sentence, had better not in Negative sentence. Then verb in base form. After had better, always verb is used in base form. That means simple present tense. So example comes like this. I had better get back to work. I had better get back to work. Okay. So I subject, had better, this is an affirmative sentence, so I have taken only had better. Get back, get, this is verb in base form. And another words are like extension. Okay. Next. You had better tell her everything. You had better tell her everything. You subject, had better, tell, verb in base from extension. Okay. This is a negative sentence, so we use had better not. Villagers had better not involve themselves in dispute. Villagers had better not. This is a negative sentence. We have used had better not involve themselves. Involve is a verb in base form. Verb themselves in dispute. Next example, the students had better not. This is also a negative sentence. The students had better not make a noise in class. Make a noise in class. So had better not we use for negative sentence. Make verb in base form, a noise in class. Okay, dear students, according to the structure, it is clear to you. Let alone. Use of another phrase, very usable phrase, that is let alone, is used. Let alone is used after negative statement. After a negative statement, let alone is used in a sentence. When it suggests that there is no scope of thinking something like this, then let alone is used to describe the needlessness. When it suggests that there is no scope of thinking something like this, we want to think, if I want to think this or not, when there is no scope of thinking like this, when we have to we realize this and we have to describe this, that there is no scope of thinking like this, then we can use let alone to describe that needlessness, that it is not, there is no need to use this. So negative statement follow, let alone follow the negative statement. Okay. So subject plus negative form of verb plus object and or complement. After that comes let alone. Before let alone, this should be there. Subject, negative form of verb, object plus complement or complement, then comes let alone, then again noun, verb, noun phrase, anyone there can be. Okay. So according to the structure, how the example comes, the old man, subject, negative form of verb, cannot, object or complement, walk a mile, object or complement, you can take it. The old man cannot walk a mile, let alone. Class is a let alone, here comes. Noun, verb or noun phrase, 10 miles. Okay. So this is a negative statement. The old man cannot walk a mile. This is a negative. The old man cannot walk a mile. This is a negative statement. So 10 miles is too far for the old man to walk. So let alone. Okay. It suggests that 10 miles, the old man can never walk 10 miles. Okay. So this is why let alone is used. The beggar has not gone to Dhaka, let alone London. The beggar have no ability to reach Dhaka, has not, negative form of verb, has not gone. Okay, negative form of verb, has not gone, object or complement to Dhaka, then comes let alone, noun, verb or noun phrase, anyone, London, noun. Okay. The beggar has not gone to Dhaka, let alone London. Like this, another example, the child can't walk well. The child has not yet started, has not yet learned how to walk. Very infant. The child can't walk well, let alone run in the field. The child can walk. Yet it has not learned how to run. So the child can walk well, can't walk well, negative form of can't walk, negative form of verb, object well plus let alone plus noun, verb or noun phrase. Run in the field is a noun phrase. Run in the field is a verb phrase. Noun, verb or noun phrase. Noun, verb or noun phrase. So it is a verb phrase, run in the field. So the child can't walk well, let alone run in the field. Okay, dear students. He can boil eggs, let alone cook a meal. He can't boil eggs, let alone cook a meal. Can't boil eggs. Can't, negative form of verb, boil eggs, object or complement, let alone plus noun or verb or noun phrase. This is a cook verb phrase, cook a meal. Okay. So we have completed use of let alone. Next, use of what if. Use of what if. What if is used in the sense what would happen if it expresses what would happen if. It expresses the anxiety of something unusual to happen and also the effect of unexpected events. It also fears sometimes our fear, what will happen when we are not sure of what will happen. If these things have, that kind of things happen, what will happen, what will we do? And also the effect of unexpected events. What will be the effect of that event if this happens? When this kind of sense grows and we have to suggest this kind of sense, then what if is used. What if plus affirmative sentence plus any extension, then comes the question mark, that means interrogative sign. Example comes like this. What if the train reaches the station late? What if plus affirmative sentence, the train reaches the station late. There comes the interrogative sign. Next. What if our teacher is absent today? What if plus affirmative sentence, our teacher is absent today, then comes the interrogative sign. What if Mr. Fahim is fired from his job? What if plus affirmative sentence, Mr. Fahim is fired from his job, and last question mark. I was supposed to go by the bus that made an accident last night. You want to go by a bus, but that bus fall in an accident last night. What if I had been in the bus? So there, here expresses the anxiety or effect of the unexpected events. Okay, so I was supposed to go by the bus that made an accident last night. This is a totally an complete sentence, another sentence, and then comes the structure. What if affirmative sentence, I had been in the bus, then comes the question mark. Okay, dear students, have you got it? Use of as if or as though. Use of as if or as though. As if, as though means it seems like this. This phrase is used between the two clauses of a complex sentence. As if or as though means it seems like this. So when we want to convey the message that it seems like this, but it looks like this, it's like this, then as if or as though is used between two clauses. Between two clauses of a complex sentence, we know in a complex sentence there must have two clauses. So between the two clauses in a complex sentence, as if or as though used. Structure comes like this. First clause in present tense. First clause in present tense plus as if or as though is used. Then another clause comes, subject plus be verb. If we use be verb, then the verb will be in the form of where. Be verb will be always used in the form of where. Otherwise, we can use main verb, but main verb will be in past form. Be verb will be in where form, main verb will be in past form. Then comes the object and complement. So they are the two clause. First clause in present tense, totally first clause in present tense, then as if or as though, and after that the second clause, subject plus be verb. If be verb suggests, then we will use only where, not am, is, are, was, shall, will. We use only where. Or if it is not auxiliary or be verb or helping verb, the main verb will come in past form, and then comes the object or complement. Okay, so example comes like this. She talks as if or as though she knew the secret. She talks. This is the first clause in present tense. She talks. Third person singular number. She talks. As if or as though. As if or as though. Here comes plus subject she. Be verb. Here be verb is not used. Main verb in the past form. Know becomes past form knew. She knew the secret. She knew the secret. Then be main verb knew, past form, object complement, the secret. Okay, is the structure clear to you? She talks. This is our first clause, as if as though is used. Then another clause, second clause, subject, be verb is not used, or be verb or main verb in past tense knew, and the secret, object or complement. Next, you treat him as if or as though he were your servant. You, first clause in present tense. You treat him. Treat, present tense. You treat him. This is our first clause, present tense. As if plus as though. Used as if plus as though. Then subject he. Another clause start from here. He plus be verb. We have used be verb in the form of only where. We can use after as if and as though be verb in the form of only where, whether it is in present tense or past tense. If you use be verb, we use only where. No was, no is, no am, or no shall, will is used here. So he where, be verb where, your servant, that is object or complement. Okay. Next, she proceeded as if or as though I had not spoken. She proceeded as if or as though I had not spoken. She proceeded as if or as though. She proceeded. First clause in present tense. She proceeded as if as though I had not spoken. So I had not. This is the totally in past tense. She proceeded. Here comes the past form. As if or as though I had not spoken. So this main verb becomes past. I had not spoken. Okay. Next, he donates me. Here also use present tense. He donates me. He donates money. He donates money. First clause in present tense, as if as though. Then comes he where. Be verb is used where. A rich man. Complement. He donates money as if as though he were a rich man. So dear students, here comes the end of the slides we use for learning phrases and so dear students, now I will give some homework to you. So here is another slide for homework. You will do the homework at home. Take a picture of that homework and send it through comment box, and that will be your home task. I will verify you and reply your home task. Okay, so here is the home task. Here comes the home task. Okay, this is okay. This is your homework. This is your homework. Jot it down in your exercise book. This is very easy for you. This is your homework. Only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your homework for today's class. Have a look at it. Would rather complete the sentence with suitable phrasal words given in the box as you find in your question paper number 3. There are another 5 in your question paper. In your question paper you will find 10, but I have only used 5. So you will complete the sentence using these phrasal words or clues and complete. You will need only 2 or 3 minutes to complete this. First you have to complete your education. Now you dash look for a job. What will be here? You have to put up or complete this with these clues. Scientist Jagdish Chandra Bose dash in Munshigans. What will be here? He behaves dash he were superior to everybody. I dash die then tolerate this dishonor to me. Death is preferable to dishonor. He cannot score a goal dash a hat trick. So what will be here? So dear students, please complete these sentences, take a picture and send it to me. After today's class, I have only used 5. Why I have used 5? Because there are another, I have used 10 phrases, but still we have more than 10 phrases in your books. In my second class, I will add another 10 phrases if there, and then I will give another 5 exercise to you. Okay, so dear students, there comes the end of our class. So dear students, how do you feel with the class? If you feel it is effective to you, then let me know it through your comments. I will be inspired. And in the online classes, if you have any queries, you can let me know through your comment box. We will check it out, check your comment, and if you follow the class and do try to see it more than one time and practice it and keep attached with your studies, it will be better for you. Because after this COVID scenario, when your institution, that means colleges or school and colleges will be open, you will have to face exam as soon as possible, and that time you can give us any excuse that we have not prepared at home, because now you are getting lot of times. So you are getting lot of time. So no excuse will be taken or will be counted at the time when the institution will be open. So you have to be prepared for the ensuing exam. Okay. So dear students, that's all for today. So thank you to you all. Bye bye.